If your US B1 B2 visa appointment is coming soon and you are worried about how will be the whole interview process and what are the some common questions that visa officer is going to ask you, then this video is for you, so make sure you watch the video till the end. So first, I will share some tips that you should know before going to the consulate center that will help you to prepare in advance. The first thing that you should be aware of is when you are going to enter the consulate, any type of gadget is not allowed inside the building. So if you have smartphone, cell phone, airports or anything, you will have to leave outside of the building. So make sure you are not taking airports or smartphone or Apple Watch. If you are going alone, then it will be a trouble for you to find a locker place nearby. So I would recommend you to carry a document folder only, which has your all necessary documents and of course passport. In addition, majority of the US consulate will have a long queue of people waiting outside of the building. So make sure you are getting there before at least 15 to 20 minutes of your appointment time. When I went to Toronto for my US visa interview, I had to wait outside for at least 20 to 30 minutes. At the entrance, there was a window and there will be a security person inside that window who is going to ask you to show the first page of your passport from the glass. So we'll show that passport first page and they will let you enter the building based on if you have appointment on that specific day. Once you will enter the building, first thing they will do is your security check. There will be 1 or 2 desks where any support staff of your consulate will be present and they are going to ask you for these 3 main important documents for your visa. The first one is going to be your passport. They're going to check that. The second one will be your DS 160 confirmation page and the third one is going to be your current status in Canada. After checking those 3 documents, there will be another counter where they are going to ask you for your 2x2 each photo along with your passport. And as soon as you provide that documents, now you will be in the queue for your interview. You will see a vertical windows where visa officers are taking interviews and calling particular candidates from the queue. So now let's talk about what are the common questions that a visa officer is going to ask you. First of all, they are going to ask for your passport. You will hand over your passport to them. And then there another question will be, what is the purpose of your trip? So in my case, I answered that I'm planning to visit New York on my upcoming birthday, 1st of July, and I'm planning to stay there for a few days and visit these 2 particular places. You can search on Google what are the famous places or what are the places that you are interested in visiting, and you just have to share that information. I have heard from a lot of people that you shouldn't be saying that you are going to visit your friend or family member, as it can create a doubt in the mind of visa officer that whether you will leave US after visiting them or you are going to stay there and being an illegal immigrant in US. In continuation of this question, they can ask you, do you have a booking that you have done? Then I would recommend, if you are planning a particular place to visit, you can book an Airbnb or a hotel which is refundable. So you will have a proof of receipt that you can show them, or show the proof of booking that I have already booked this hotel in upcoming next 6 months or a year for my visit. In the same question, they can also ask you how long you are planning to stay there. So make sure you are giving an answer with a very particular dates, and that should be less than 1 or 2 weeks. If you have already done your booking and you have a booking receipt, then you can always tell them that you are planning for this particular dates. The next question is, who is going to pay for your trip? In this questions, if you are going to pay for your trip, then you can say I'm myself is going to sponsor for my trip. If somebody else is going to sponsor you for this trip, then make sure you have a letter from them stating that they are inviting you for this trip and they are going to support you financially. If you are on a work permit, then they can ask you for your pay stub, your offer letter, or sometimes they even ask for the resume. So make sure you have those documents with you as well. Another common question is, do you have any relative in US? So if you don't have any close relative or any close friend, then you can just say, no, I don't have any relatives in the US. For all the people who are on a study permit, nowadays they are asking for which program you are doing. So you will have to tell your program name, and they might ask you the subject's name and may ask you for the transcript of the previous semester. One important thing to note is here, you don't have to impress the visa officer for the interview. You just have to provide the information that they are going to ask you. So particularly they will ask you a question and you will just reply back as an answer or giving information regarding that questions. You don't have to provide an answer which is going to impress the visa officer. In my case, a lady asked me 5 to 6 questions maximum, and within 2 minutes I got my visa approval. If I remember it right, I have taken a special service by paying around $25 to $30 for delivering my passport back to my home address. So I gave my passport to the lady officer, and within 5 to 7 business days, I got my passport back with 10-year of US visa B1 and B2 category. So that's everything for today's video. If you are in Canada watching this video and wants to apply for US B1 B2 visitor visa, then check out my this video highlighting all steps that you need to follow for the process.